Hi friends, welcome back. Today, let us know how to design water supply system. The portable water system provides hot and cold water that is suitable for human consumption which have adequate purity, pressure, temperature and volume to satisfy all requirements for a specific project. The major components are water meters, treatment facilities, backflow preventers, storage tanks, pumps, pressure reducing devices, system valves, and piping. The necessity of water treatment. The raw water from other sources must be tested and treated. Specific treatment is based on the volume of water to be treated, types of impurities present, and the degree to which various impurities are to be removed. Water meters requirement. When water is provided by a utility company, meters are required for billing purposes. The utility company will usually require a specific location for the meter, such as inside the building or in a pit adjacent to the property. Clearance around the meter needed for reading the meter. The need of contamination prevention. Impurities found in potable water are divided into three classifications: severe, moderate, and minor. It is necessary to evaluate each facility as a whole and also at specific points of use to protect against potential hazards. Basic methods of preventing the contamination of water. There are five basic methods of preventing the contamination of water. Number one, air gap. It is the only fail-safe method of preventing backflow. The allowable air gap dimension is usually 50 mm. Second one is pressure type vacuum breaker. It is a mechanical device designed to prevent backflow caused only by back pressure conditions. Atmospheric type vacuum breaker. It is a mechanical device designed to prevent backflow caused only by back siphonage conditions. Double check valve. It is a mechanical device consisting of two independently operating soft steel swing check valves. It prevents backflow from back siphon and back pressure conditions. And last, fifth one, reduced pressure zone. It is a mechanical device consisting of two independently operating soft seal spring-loaded check valves with the addition of independent differential pressure relief valve. The relief valve will open under backflow conditions and discharge all the upstream water under pressure until the conditions are corrected. Let us know about water distribution system. The purpose of water distribution system is to deliver both hot and cold water in an acceptable range of pressure and temperatures to fixtures and devices in all parts of the building. All distribution systems can be divided into either upfeed or downfeed systems. What is the water velocity need to be maintained? The velocity of water flowing through the piping system should be kept low enough to prevent noise, water hammer, and accelerated component wear due to splashing of water from fixtures. To avoid excessive noise, accepted practice for commercial buildings is to limit water supply between 6 and 8 feet per second. For industrial projects, it is 10 feet per second is acceptable in work areas where the noise is not noticeable. If water is controlled by a quick closing valve, the velocity should be limited to approximately 4 feet per second to avoid water hammer. This figure shows the downstream downfeed system. In the downfeed system, water is supplied down through vertical pipes to the lowest point in the pressure zone. This figure shows upfeed system. In an upfeed system, the water is supplied upward through vertical pipes to the highest point in the pressure zone. So the decision as to which system to use is based on several factors, which as where enough room exists to run the hot and cold water distribution mains, origin of the source of the supply, and economics. By this, we can infer that a downfeed system generally has smaller pipe sizes and is usually more economical than upfeed system. Calculating the estimated water demand. The calculation of maximum demand is approximate because it is not possible to predict exactly how many fixtures may be in use at the same time. This estimate should allow for probability that the calculated flow will be exceeded occasionally but not permit wasteful oversizing. The method used to calculate the maximum probable demand is based on water fixer unit, which is WFU from table 1. This is a picture showing typical plumbing fixture schedule where you can see fixture type and water fixer units. Table 2 can be used to determine the estimated flow rate in gallons per minute for accumulated water fixture units at any point in the system. It is divided into two columns, one for system containing flush valve operated water closets and other for flush tank water closets. Water supply requirement for buildings as per National Building Code 2016. Total quantity of water per day is estimated based on proposed occupancy and activities catered. Occupancy can be determined from the table below. Water supply for residences. A minimum of 70 to 100 liters per head per day may be considered adequate for domestic needs of urban communities. For communities with population 20,000 to 1 lakh, together with full flushing system, a minimum of 100 to 135 liters per head per day need to be considered. For communities with population above 1 lakh, together with full flushing system, a minimum of 150 to 200 liters per head per day need to be considered. The occupancy can be determined from the below table. Storage of water. Provision is required to be made for storage of water for the following reasons: to provide against interruptions of supply caused by repairs to the mains, to reduce the maximum rate of demand on the mains, to tide over periods of intermittent supply. The water may be stored in overhead tanks and or underground tanks. When the supply is from main overhead tank, the capacity of individual overhead tank may be taken as half a day demand. In case of other buildings like apartments, hotels, hospitals and commercials, the capacity of underground tank and overhead tank may be taken as 1.5 day and half a day demand respectively. Water is needed for drinking, cooking, bathing, washing of clothes, washing of utensils, washing of house, flushing of the water closets, and as per IS 1172/1957, water consumption is 135 liter per head per day. The details of domestic consumption are: for drinking, we will be consuming 5 liters, for cooking 5 liters, for bathing 55 liters, cloth washing 20 liters, utensils washing 10 liters, house washing 10 liters. Total 135 liters per day per capita consumption of water. We have taken 16 floors building as an example for calculating capacity of water. Based on NBC code, the average per capita water demands is assumed as 45 liters per capita per day for domestic and flushing purpose. As per calculations, domestic water requirement for the day is around 217 cubic meters. As per the required capacity, underground tank and overhead tank sizes can be determined. This is a schematic representation showing domestic water supply system. In this, you can see treated water tank and transfer pumps, which transfers the water from the treated water tank to overhead tank, and then from there it is distributed to the system of the building. So friends, this is end of part 2 video. Please like, share and subscribe. Next video, let us know about water supply pipework sizing and booster pumps. Thank you.